Hello, it's great to see all of you. I'm Lana Kay. We have with us one of my favorite guests. Yes, she's back with us today. Let's welcome Diane Mason to our show. So good to have you with us again.
It's wonderful to be back. Thank you so much.
Well, many of you will know her. Diane is an agent with our Boone County Cooperative Extension Service. It's located Kentucky 18 in Camp Ernst. Right now there's a beautiful farmer's market out in the parking lot. Diane also writes articles which I never miss in our Florence Recorder. And Diane, is that in the Boone County also when they appear?
It can be. It can be in all three counties.
Yeah,
actually.
so many of you will recognize her from her articles, which, like I said, I never miss. So today we're going to talk about an important topic, especially because it's so hot and humid outside, and the importance of staying hydrated. She wrote this some weeks back, but you know, we're doing it now, and it's August, it's hot, and Diane, the importance of staying hydrated is so important.
It's very important, especially with the weather we have now, and we tend to be outside. We'll walk, run, garden, and we don't realize that we haven't had anything to drink or haven't been drinking enough.
And so what can happen when we fail to drink enough? And we want to do this before we realize I'm not feeling too great, right?
Exactly. You can get dizzy, pass out, just have cramps. Muscle cramps is probably one of the first indications of dehydration. And like you said, sometimes we don't realize that we are thirsty.
Right.
Until it's too late.
So what can we do? What are you suggesting? How many glasses of water or beverage? And I don't guess caffeine's too great. I'm just winging it now. So you tell us.
Well, there's a myth that I would love to have cleared up, and that is that we need to have 8 glasses of water a day. And that's a myth because there are so many factors that go into how much water we need. Temperature outside, our weight, our activity level, our age, other things that we've eaten or things that we've done during the day can all affect our hydration. And any kind of beverage counts. We prefer not to have caffeinated beverages, but they still count.
They help.
Coffee, water, juices, all of those things can help.
What about like food like watermelon, cantaloupe, those kind of foods?
Yes.
That also would add.
Fruits and vegetables can contribute quite a bit of liquid to our bodies.
Great to know.
Grab a slice of watermelon, a piece of cantaloupe, grapes, strawberries, cucumbers.
Oh, we've got a whole array to help us. Good.
Then the other advantage of using fruits and vegetables to help not only with hydration, it also gives us some more nutrition.
Yes.
We're getting those vitamins and minerals and the good things, plus helps fill us up. So.
Yes. So that's a good idea. But you do want us, shall we go outside when it's hot, or what shall we wear, or tell us a little bit about how to really stay cool.
I think one of the first things to do is to wear light clothing and loose fitting clothing. Sometimes when we put on that really tight stuff, our bodies aren't able to sweat. And sweating is our body's trying to help regulate its temperature. So that's why when we're sweating and there's a little breeze and we feel cool, it feels really good.
It feels great, yes.
So light colored, loose fitting clothing. And then don't go out in the middle of the day during the hottest part of the day and try to be incredibly active if you can help it.
Yes.
There are a lot of people who have to work outside, roofers, gardeners, landscapers, and so they just need to be sure that they're taking breaks, drinking water, staying hydrated.
Doing all they can. I know sometimes on these hot days I feel for them. You go by and the road crew or that, I think, my God, I'm hot in the car. You know, so you really do wonder. So then what about should we stay in the air then? Run the fan? What about inside?
Fans help. Air conditioning helps. If you don't have air conditioning, at least try to get into a fan. If you don't have a fan or air conditioning, you know, I used to go, when I lived in a place that I didn't have either, I would go to the mall and
walk for a while.
Walk or sit at the mall or grocery store or go to the movies. Do something to get out of the house.
Now that's some great ideas.
And sometimes sitting outside in the shade, even if you can find the shade tree, sometimes it's about 10 degrees cooler in the shade.
Oh, yes.
As opposed to out in the hot, hot sun.
Yes. Oh, yeah, the hot sun. Terrible. So we want to, and we don't want to wait until we feel thirsty. We want to keep going. We know it's hot. use your head. You know it's hot. Keep drinking. Keep eating these fruits and vegetables to keep us cool.
Take a drink before you start. Take a drink before you go outside. Do those types of things. And then take breaks. You know, I think we all get so focused on what we're doing that we forget it's okay to sit down and wait 10 minutes or 15 minutes and just sit back and relax for a little bit.
What about when it's hot and so many people are going to have a beer? I don't know that that's so great, but
no.
it might help. But
you probably feel okay when you're drinking it, but the alcohol is not a good thing. So really go for the water. If you like sports drinks, they're probably okay, but water really should be your first choice.
Okay, now I want to tell you personally why I think what she just said is so important, because my sister Dicey had a heat stroke. She sure did. She was doing her yard work, she cut the grass, she was doing her bushes, she felt fine, and she came in and she felt terrible. And so I just want to tell you quickly some things to watch for. A high body temperature. If it goes higher than 104, you're in trouble, and it can be potentially fatal. People don't understand the importance and how bad she felt for weeks. Altered mental state, alteration in sweating, and lack of sweating. So you would think you'd be sweating profusely, but you've already used your reserve. That's why you're in trouble. So she wasn't perspiring. So flushed skin, rapid breathing, racing heartbeat, throbbing headache. But there are more symptoms. If you start feeling bad and you know you've been out in that heat, and it could very well be you start drinking, but don't wait until then to drink. So it's a serious thing, and she didn't feel good for weeks from that. So it's very serious business here with staying hydrated.
You could choose room temperature water too, as opposed to really cold water and ice water. Just drink room temperature water.
Well,
that way you're not shocking your system quite so
yes,
badly.
that stomach. We are the only society that drinks these ice cold drinks. In Europe, they drink their beer at room temperature, and really you're coming down, that stomach is cramping with this ice cold is hitting this hot, warm stomach. It doesn't even make sense, but we're so used to our ice that any drink without ice is awful to us. So I know now it's different too when the humidity is going to make a difference in our hydration, correct?
Well, I think we feel hotter, and we certainly perspire more when it's so humid out.
So on a day like today, it's going to be a 90, and I don't know what the heat index, it already feels 100. So and it doesn't have to be this hot.
No.
Just be aware. Be aware.
Take cool showers. Not cold showers. Just
again,
cool
don't
shower,
shock
cool
yourself.
Bath, or pat yourself, rinse. Just splash water on your face. Those types of things. And you've seen runners do that when they're running.
So. I have.
Or put a cool rag around your neck.
And just really, runners usually have their bottle somewhere, and that's such a good thing
gel
too.
Packet. So.
Okay, guess what? We have time. You got anything else on?
Just one other thing in terms of trying to keep your house cool. Is think about the cooking methods that you're using. You can use your microwave or toaster oven or a slow cooker instead of heating up the house with the stove and
the oven.
Really think about making those
difference.
Cookies.
It does.
Makes a huge difference.
And
then don't run your washer and dryer during the hottest part of the day. Wait until later in the evening.
Never thought about those two. Great.
That'll help keep
tips.
your house cooler too.
Great tips. Well, guess what? We're going to do 2 in 1. She wrote another great article on controlling mosquitoes where you live, and I was very surprised about some facts that she told us about. And of course, they're serious now. Of course, the Zika mosquito is still in South America, but still any mosquito is just not good.
Right.
So tell us, Diane, how can we prevent these mosquitoes?
Well, it's no fun having mosquito bites.
Right.
Especially when it's hot and you're already feeling icky. So preventing mosquitoes, the main thing is to get the standing water out away from your house. So vases, potted plants that may be holding water, dips in your yard that hold water after rain, old tires, anything, bird baths, the little kiddie swimming pools, all of that. change the water out or let it drain and get rid of the water.
Now, we think, I always think, well, it's got to be a lake, a pond, swamps. And so in your article, I was so surprised that, they can, and before we see them, this is where, before they bite us, this is where it's crucial to get it out. That's where
that's where they lay their eggs.
This is where they're going to be really coming at us. So shall we take a look like in the, just keep it down, I guess.
Right. The gutters, clean your gutters out so that they don't hold water. My own yard, I think about it, and I've got some dips that hold water. I really should go out and fill those in with some soil just to try to prevent any little puddling of water, pooling of water.
And she mentioned, Diane, you mentioned even as small as a pop can. Now, isn't that shocking that they can, as long as there's moisture and water, they want to go there.
Right, and if you think about it, mosquitoes are small, so they can get in and out without any problems.
Sure, you just, it's just things, I always learn so much when she writes these articles because it's things that you don't think about. Like, I would never think of the bird bath. That seems such a sweet, you just, you're helping the birds and the mosquitoes too.
Right.
So,
And it's not that you can't have one, it's just you need to change the water out at least once a week.
Okay,
and
good.
Same with the kiddie pools. At least change the water out once a week.
Okay, good to know. So we can still have them because I thought, well, there went the bird bath.
No.
But you're saying, no, you can do it. But this flushes, they don't have time to
go ahead and
mature and come at us. Okay, this is so good.
Wearing light-colored clothing, again, will help repel the mosquitoes. And then cover your skin, and it sounds counterintuitive, but long sleeves, long pants, socks, and cover up any skin that the mosquitoes could get to.
Farmers have done that for many years because I have farmers in my family, and they always drove the tractor and all with their hat and long sleeves.
And that also helps with sun exposure. So
yes, it does. It keeps it off of you.
Cancer.
So just where we think we got to have a tank top on, to stay cool, that is so not true, and especially if they're spandex. I don't wear anything but 100% cotton in the summer. Right, exactly. Cotton breeze. Any kind of spandex or other material, you're in trouble. You just heat up. So can you think, we want to start this early because that's when don't think about it till we know, wow, there's a mosquito.
But they're laying all year. Like, it's not like they just lay one time and move on. So we need to stay on it. We need to keep up with it and keep the stuff out of our yards. And like I have some pots where in the bottom,
the saucer.
The saucer of the pot.
I have those too.
So I just make sure I tip that over every once in a while to keep the water out of it.
Isn't this good? Because it's things like I said, again,
all
of her articles just give me thoughts that I would have never thought about.
Take a walk around the house or of the apartment or wherever you are. So. Then the other thing we can be sure to do is wear mosquito repellent and at least 20% DEET, D-E-E-T, in the ingredient list. And there are a couple on the market, a couple brands that you can look for. But having on mosquito repellent will make a big difference.
Okay, 20% DEET in the ingredients. And this is any of those brands, and this will really help us. Yeah, because what's the point if it's not going to be effective?
Right.
Okay, great to know. And anything else on these, Diane? Anything?
Just if you're going to wear the mosquito repellent, don't put it on really, really young children, 6 months or younger. And if you do put it on older children, just try to avoid anything that they might stick in their mouth. So usually their hands would be something, so I wouldn't put it on their hands. But try to cover any exposed skin.
Very good.
And usually if you're going to use sunscreen and mosquito repellent, then put on your sunscreen and then put on the mosquito repellent.
Okay, it goes last.
Let the sunscreen dry and then put on the mosquito repellent.
Great tips. So we shouldn't have any bites after Diane's been with us.
Hope.
I hope. So Diane, tell us, now we're coming into the fall where we're getting ready. I can't believe it, but we're going to be going into fall. And any ideas on any upcoming programs? Oh, this is a wonderful place. Great instructors, great programs. So what can we expect for fall, Diane?
Our Extension office does a lot of community education, and the majority of our programs are offered at no cost to the public. So we're excited about that. the first part of August, everybody in Boone County will be receiving a mailing that includes our class listing.
I love that.
And they can call and make arrangements to come. We've got some money management programs coming up. One on saving money at the grocery store and just understanding the layout of groceries. Another one we have is money habitudes, and that's actually a word, a habitude, and it's your habits and attitudes about money. And it's a card game that we'll play to help people understand why they spend money and how they spend money.
What fun.
So
that's making learning
October.
Fun. Great. October.
And another one, I had a request for hearing. Audiology hearing.
I think that's it.
And so we have an audiologist coming to talk about how to take care of your ears and your health and try to avoid wearing hearing aids, or if you need to wear hearing aids, how to manage that.
Wear them.
So those are a couple we have coming up. We always have our great horticulture department. They're going to have pawpaw tasting coming up where they have just multitudes of pawpaws.
It's fun. It's a fun place. So, Diane, we're almost out of time, and again, it's been such a pleasure for you to come out and be with us. I know you learned a lot. I know you enjoyed her. Diane's information will follow. And as always, thank you for watching, and you be happy and keep smiling, and I'll see you soon.